Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 5th Annual Pharmaceutical Leadership Summit and Business Leadership Awards. And the theme for this year is Brand India, Beyond Generics, Leading with Resilience, Coming Back from Challenge and Heading towards Superpower Status. Widely perceived by the industry's opinion leaders and analysts as the center point of debating complex and serious issues, Pharmaleaders platform today witnessed more than 10 top industry leaders deliberating on complex issues of this sensitive industry. Pharmaleaders feels that while the earlier annual meets debated on equally significant issues, this year's debate will assume greater significance in view of the Indian government's announcement to provide free medicines and push for generics. A decision that may reshuffle the business models and dynamics of both domestic and multinational companies. Pharmaleaders, Asia's most analytical media, is hosting the high-profile and India's most eagerly awaited leadership event, the 5th Annual Pharmaceutical Leadership Summit and Business Leadership Awards 2012. Pharmaleaders is an independent media that aims to ventilate the views of the common man through its magazine and digital offerings. It attempts to create a free mindset of opinions rather than following the chamchagiri of a select few, unlike other media houses. Over the years, Pharmaleaders, the flagship media outfit of Network 7 Media Group, has exposed many in the government and those in gaddis who try to dictate their own terms and fill their own pockets, ignoring the Aam Aadmi, who are the real interface of society. We don't intend to present a picture that is not true. Our fight is against those in power who have been continuously attacking the federal structure of India. Pharmaleaders is India's first opinion-based and research-driven bi-monthly magazine and has a decade of relentless reporting in pharma journalism in an unbiased, fearless and independent way. Voicing opinions to statutory authorities like Ministry of Health and Family Affairs, Department of Chemicals and Fertilizers, DCGA, FDA and many other institutions to present the pressing demands of the healthcare industry. Network 7 Media Group media outfit associated with Pharmaleaders is a result of emergence of an extreme thought process in the form of some of the biggest and exclusive media properties that arose due to the frustration and disappointment of the present status quo of society in existence in the form of a careless and extremely insensitive administration of a large setup. Network 7 Group has continuously strived to expose the misdeeds of the corrupt administrative fabric or poor legislation or failure of a large entity in corporate governance. The estimated requirement in this sensitive healthcare sector by 2025 is 1.75 million beds, 0.7 million doctors and 1.6 million nurses. Achieving this target will require a total investment of $77.9 billion. The pharma market is also expected to grow by $54 billion. India is emerging as the biggest superpower in pharmaceuticals and healthcare as we move forward, bringing out breakthrough technologies and the latest innovations in all fields of research. The world market is certainly upbeat, investing their time, energy and money in the Indian healthcare market. The Indian pharmaceutical industry is responsible for around 10% of world pharmaceutical production. The Indian pharmaceutical and healthcare industry took a quantum leap and with a scorching pace grew from $11.4 billion in 2010 to $13 billion in 2012, and the real challenge will be the $55 billion mark by 2020, as revealed by the IMS Prognosis Report 2011. The Indian pharmaceutical market is expected to touch $74 billion in sales by 2020 from $11 billion now. India has every chance to capitalize the opportunity to become a pharmaceutical superpower in 2020 and a hub for all pharmaceutical manufacturing and research needs. Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh, himself a champion of the so-called Free Medicines for All scheme, has also asked the Health Ministry to set up a central procurement agency to obtain drugs in bulk. However, Pharmaleaders has every doubt that, given such a fluid political situation and policy lapses, the implementation seems difficult, if not impossible. The scheme, if implemented, will offer cheaper generic versions of branded drugs and will be a landmark reform. Despite the tall claims by the Indian government, Pharmaleaders refuses to buy the logic that there is a divide of thoughts between the government's version of offering free medicines, resulting in the decline of presence and sales of MNCs, as considering the life cycle of blockbuster molecules having an average of 20-odd years, and in an age where billions of dollars are being spent on research of new molecules and drugs, the best brands are the old brands that have topped the list. Well, India has a large number of generic drug companies, close to 10,000. Nearly 250 of them are large and medium industries, while the rest are small-scale players. We not only have an adequate number of generic companies, India is also in a position to supply cheap and quality generic drugs to the world. Most Indian generic drug companies are extremely happy with this decision and are likely to benefit from the scheme. The real ultimate beneficiary, however, would be the patients. Several industrialized countries are moving towards generic drugs. They are substituting branded medicines across the world. The United States is no exception. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to the 5th Annual Pharmaceutical Leadership Summit and Business Leadership Awards 2012.